Hi.
Hi.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Hello.
Wonderful.
Great.
I'm glad we worked out a good time
Yeah.
to make this happen. Thanks, you guys.
And so sorry for this time zones. They are sometimes really like confusing. You forget where in which country and which time. Okay.
I know, and it's so difficult because we're in such a weird time zone for you guys. So.
Yeah. But we are also for you. But yeah, let's start that we can make all interviews at the same time. Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Paulina, which one I can ask? I read your biography that you have been playing 13 years together. So it's quite a long time. You have quite a long history together. And Hussy Hicks, it's like, it's you two. But I understood that there has been some other players like playing with you. But how about how it's to be together in the same group so long time? Because I understood that you have been touring a lot and you really spend a lot of time together. So are you still friends or how it's going?
Yeah, look, we met back in the summer of 2004, 2005, through mutual friends, other musicians.
Actually, Tracy, our bass player, who's my high school best friend.
Oh. Yeah, and we just love playing music. Both Jules and I, we love traveling. We love meeting people, we love food and wine, and we love playing music. So, we just worked out a life. This sort of troubadour musician life has worked well for us. And yeah, 45, sorry, 45 years, 14 years, 14 years it's been. And we're still loving it.
Yeah, your shows are really amazing. I watched something on YouTube and you really keep your audience with you. Really nice that it's possible to hear this long history playing together. And now you had this last descriptions were about like that now the other musicians are also female. So do you have something kind of philosophy behind that?
Well, it was actually just a really happy accident. Like I said, Tracy, our bass player, was my high school best friend. And so we've been playing together now since high school, like 20 years. And over the years, we had a different drummer who was a man, Rowan. He was wonderful. But just we met Ali Foster just through the touring circuit, and we thought she was a brilliant musician, and she expressed an interest in playing with us, and we got her in for a festival weekend, and everything just really clicked. So it wasn't a deliberate choice to be an all-female band. It was a musical choice, but it just ended up being a happy accident that the musicians that we love playing with the most at the moment are also two really beautiful, talented women who are our best friends too. So yeah, it was just purely a good, happy accident that we ended up being an all-girl band. We would have taken Ali if she was a man, a woman, or anything in between. She's just musically
a wonderful musician.
Yeah. Do you have any kind of philosophy? What is philosophy of Hussy Hicks?
To spread, for me personally, to spread as many good vibes and as much good music into the world as possible. It's the only thing I do well is make music. So, bless you.
Please.
So I feel like it's important to enjoy the creative process and to enjoy the actual on stage time where I can share what I do best with an audience. That's my personal philosophy.
Yeah, we've kind of I guess we have backed ourselves to do what we love. We've turned away easier options to choose to do something that is what we're passionate about. And I think hopefully by doing that, maybe it inspires some other people to back themselves for the choices that they make, to do the things that really mean something to them and not just take the easier roads.
So investing in our own creativity, I think.
Yeah. And it's great, we're being able to travel the world and meet people. Like for us, our lifestyle is also just a wonderful way to get educated in a really basic way. We wouldn't be talking to you if we didn't do music. We wouldn't be talking to people in America or in Europe, all over the world. But because of what we do, we get to be part of a beautiful community of like-minded people, and you get to hear the stories of what's happening in different communities from a really real perspective. You get to hear what issues are happening. Like for instance, we recently were hanging out with our Alaskans for a concert to protect the salmon. There's the salmon run is under threat by a big pebble mining endeavor, and because of our connections with them, it's just I think a connection. It would be our overall.
Yeah, absolutely. The connection that you have with people from all over the world.
Yeah. So no really specific philosophy, but they're probably the main things that drive us. Trying to stay true to our passions and connect with people.
Yeah, passion.
Yeah.
I would like to ask you, Jules, a bit individual question, because as the reality governing this world, it's not so usual that female musicians play the electric guitar. And I would like to ask, how did you end up to choose that particular instrument for you?
Well, I started playing violin when I was 3. And the Suzuki method, and I played that for a couple of years. But my father, he's a huge electric guitar fan. When I was growing up, he still talks about, he gets goosebumps when there's a good electric guitar solo. And so I guess I was playing violin, and my dad and his friends were sitting around the house playing Neil Young songs. So I started playing guitar. And I guess like every kid wants to impress their dad, I practiced a lot, and then I went from acoustic guitar to electric guitar, and that I was lucky. In Australia we have some amazing guitar players, and I mean Tommy Emmanuel is now very well famous, but his brother Phil Emmanuel was we lost him 2 years ago, but he was an amazing electric guitar player, and I took a lot of influence from him.
Jules played in his band as the second guitarist for many years, and Phil is very well recognised as one of the greats as far as guitar in Australia. Yeah,
and I didn't really think of it as being, some statement of a big feminist statement. I just thought I was playing guitar. It's not heavy. You don't have to be any stronger. But
that's
when I started, there was not many. Yeah, it's not physically hard, but when I started, there wasn't so many female people to look up to. Now there's so many amazing female guitarists in the spotlight now, but when I was a child, you had Bonnie Raitt. In the mainstream, you sort of had Bonnie Raitt and Jennifer Batten, and you sort of got a bit of a glimpse from the girls from Bangles and Heart, but it wasn't in mainstream culture. Now I know about Sister Rosetta Tharpe and these people who had been around, but as a little kid watching the television, there was really like Bonnie Raitt and Jennifer Batten. But now, there's so many amazing female guitarists, and I think perhaps it was just the stigma. Like it was like, oh, you're a tomboy, you just care about playing guitar. Like, oh well, I can deal with that. I also like surfing and skateboarding, so meh.
Do you have idols, like for both of for Lisa and Jules? Which musicians have affected you the most?
I grew up listening to and singing country music, and I loved Emmylou Harris and Dolly Parton and Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson. That was all the stuff that I grew up loving. And then as my musical tastes grew, I really got into soul and R&B music. And these days I listen to a lot of Etta James. I just love Etta James. And I'm a big fan I'm really heavily inspired by a lot of the wonderful women of the 1980s music scene. So Cyndi Lauper is one of my heroes. I just adore her. I love a lot of that music. And yeah, I guess they, Cyndi Lauper, Pat Benatar, they sort of, made me realize that women could be pretty kick-ass when I was growing up.
Yeah, I grew up more listening to, like I said, my dad liked, guitar music, so I grew up listening to like Neil Young and John Mayall's Blues Breakers. There was one of those albums, and it was a smorgasbord of guitar, and Dad had the record, which is horribly scratched now, but I used to play it over and over because it had Eric Clapton and Jeff Beck, Peter Green, and there was maybe Mick Taylor. But I grew up listening to that sort of British blues
with
stuff.
A good smattering of Scandinavian pop music, might I say.
I was a huge Roxette fan as a child. That's I don't know if that's something that everyone is as happy about as me, but I was a huge Roxette fan because it was pop music that had instruments, So it's like, oh, there's a guitar part I can learn. I spent when I was like 9 through to 11, I learned how to play all the Roxette songs on, one-touch keyboard. And more recently, Derek Trucks and Susan Tedeschi and Mavis Staples, and there's so much good music that influences us. But Tommy and Phil Emanuel were probably the biggest influences for me, guitar-wise, definitely. We're lucky that they played gigs in the local area, and I could see them play face-to-face, because I've always found music for me. Music touches me more when I'm watching it live. I'm not a great collector of music. I'm not a great consumer of music on the television or the internet. But if I see something live, that's what really connects with me. So Tommy and Phil Emanuel were huge influences.
Thanks. That Roxette is doing. She's coming back. I heard. Maybe with new music. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Pauliina.
No, she died last year.
She died. The singer died. Yes, of brain cancer. Yeah.
Okay, so oh my God, sorry, I didn't. Maybe I was.
No,
maybe it's a remix.
Yeah. But Pauliina, you had question about their last album. Yeah.
Yes, and I love your energy when you're together on the stage. I mean, like you said, Jules, that you don't need like actual power to play the electric guitar, but you really need the attitude. And I mean, you guys have it. And Lisa, how you sing, it's amazing. It's like like Mario said earlier, that you really match together and you really give something to your audience, and you give the audience like with you all the time. So it's incredible, amazing. And then I was really impressed about it. I'm always really impressed when people, it's okay that people sing about love and longing, and maybe desperate love as well. There are many good songs about that topic, but I love it when musicians sometimes make their statements about the political issues or the difficult issues that we have going on here in the world all the time. So I was really impressed about your new album, Gather Up the People. And I liked it especially because it wasn't like, you know, preaching about the topics, and especially the how do you call it, the name song, like the nominated song of the album, Gather Up the People, because it was like a mid-tempo ballad, and not like saying like the punk culture, like, come on people, we have to change. But it was a great example of saying something really important, but with the great peaceful atmosphere that people can really take the message. So I would really love to hear the story behind, first of all, the song, and then behind the album as well.
Sure. Well, thank you. That was a lovely compliments. That song in particular came to me from a place of really needing to connect. I was very disillusioned with a lot of things that were happening globally, but certainly here in Australia. You know, Brexit was happening in the UK, and we had this horrible, they called it a plebiscite, where everyone got to vote on whether same-sex couples should be allowed to marry. And it just felt like a very, very divisive time. And I was very upset by the whole process. So for me, writing Gather Up the People and quite a few of the songs from the album, it was kind of a therapeutic process. And I wanted to really dive into something hopeful and something that could be a positive and unifying message. And yeah, I think Gather Up the People, the song, I think it really, you know, I'm very, very proud of that song. And obviously, you know, Jules really helped we co-wrote that song together, and then took it to the band. And yeah, I think that it achieves my goal of uplifting people. I think it's quite an uplifting track, and I think that it hopefully it makes people feel hopeful and, you know, want to connect with people. And similarly, you know, other songs from the album, Get Ready. The lyrics are ready to put it in the basement, ready to let it go. And the things that we're letting go of are things that really don't serve us well. You know, xenophobia in general, you know, people who are afraid of what they don't know or understand. You know, I think that approaching life like it's an adventure, and you know, enjoying all of the moments and everyone you come across is how we try and live our lives.
Yeah, and I think probably the reason that we've avoided trying to be too preachy is because the certainty of people adds to the division. Like, there's a lot of questions that we don't have all the answers for, and the more that people are so sure of what they think, the more chance that there's division. So with that, you know, let's celebrate the things that we understand. We all want our families to be healthy. We all want to have love. We all want a roof over our heads.
We want to share joy.
We want to
together.
share joy. And so although there's a lot of differences, rather than trying to be really pushing one side, we're trying to more say, well, let's have a think. Let's gather up the people. Let's celebrate the things that we do share and use that as a common platform for change, rather than
focusing on the divide,
yeah,
and the negativity.
Thank you. And I got so excited about making cooperation with you guys, because now the double single that we're going to release next week. So it's about, Mario has written a song about the war, the conditions of war, and it's a huge and difficult topic. And my song tells about the circumcision of girls and the girls' rights. So I was thinking that this is really like a great field to start the conversation with you guys. I'm so happy about it.
There was some really nice sentence.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's from one of the songs or if the journalist, she has written it, but the phrase is like, the things that we share are greater than the things that keep us divided. Is it from one song? From which song?
It is. It's from the song Gather Up.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and it's, in fact, I stuck with the sentence because like one of these songs, I have very similar sentence, or I mean the same, but the things are, words are a bit different, but it's really that maybe we have some same ideas behind of doing music. Like, it's kind of,
absolutely.
Kind of this, through this global music match, it has been really nice to find other groups and kind of ideas of other musicians, where they get inspiration, what kind of music they do and why, and to find this something to share. But yeah,
absolutely.
The album is really, really, I'm also really impressed. And I would have many questions, but I'm not going to ask them. Maybe we can chat them another time after Global Music Match.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do we still have time for a question for Hussy Hicks, or?
Yeah, we have time. Yep, we have time. If you have time to turn around and then watch the meeting, yeah, I'm happy. Yeah.
I would like to ask about the feedback, what you got about the album, Gather Up the People. So has it been special, or has it been ordinary, or normal, or something new, or?
No, it's been really wonderful. The response we've had from our fans and from media has been really positive, and even radio. We're even getting a little bit of radio play, which is great. Community radio here in Australia, and we weren't sure because we released the album in this time. Usually we would be touring the album internationally. You know, we had planned a Canadian tour and 2 European tours this year, and all of them had to be cancelled. So we just decided that we would release it anyway, because we wanted to share these songs with as many people as we could, even though, you know, we couldn't release it the way that we normally would. So yeah, so the response has been great, and we've it's, you know, it's made us feel good because it's sort of opened up channels for us to communicate with our fan base as well, you know.
Talk to our people around the world.
Do you have any kind of not explanations, but like for me it's a bit hard to listen like English songs. I don't always get the idea from the songs. Like, do you have kind of that, okay, this song is telling about that, maybe only words, maybe. When I read them, I can follow better than through the music.
Yes. On our Bandcamp page, which is hussyhicks.bandcamp.com, we can send you a link. There's all the lyrics, and I think maybe even a short explanation about some of the songs, but definitely the lyrics for each song are written down.
Yeah.
So we'll send you a link.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yeah, then it's easier to get the idea, because I didn't get the idea of all the songs, and then was, I don't know what you are talking about, and I tried to follow, but yes, I will check it. Definitely.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're going to have a great chance of understanding the songs that you're singing in your language either.
Oh, you won't? Come on, girls. Huh. Yeah.
But we have translated all in English.
Yeah, we will read the lyrics for those too.
I know, kipis.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's all.
that's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
But I can teach you even the longer one, you know? Hölökyn, kölökyn.
Okay.
Say it's up north there. If you don't say kippis, you say hölökyn, kölökyn.
Hölökyn,
Hölökyn, kölökyn. Hey, let's do that. Now I put the speakers view. I've got a glass, and let's do hölökyn, kölökyn. Again, together. Hölökyn, kölökyn. Great. Hölökyn, kölökyn. Yes. Okay.
So good. No, we'll work on it.
Yeah.
Good. Should we now
Yeah, I think we have to
Swap over.
so that we will stay in
switch?
time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It would be nice
Thank
to
you.
chat much longer, but also this editing is really hard if the interview is long.
Oh, yeah.
No, this is
We
great.
like keep it snappy. It's keep everyone creating. And
Yeah.
Editing.
Yeah.
So, do we need to?
We need to probably leave and then start, because we will then be able to record it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you. Oh,
This
yes,
one's
that's
really-
true.
So we will
So
wait
we'll
your
leave and
message.
invite you. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
2 minutes. We'll
Yes.
see you soon.
See
Great.
you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.